Okay, hi everybody. Today we're going to discuss elemental gardens. If you plan on making a garden and you plan on using it for your sacred space, the best way I suggest is to set it up as you would a circle. This way, during the summer and spring and fall, you have a place to go to without having to set up things every single time. You can just go sit in your garden and enjoy the nature that is all around you that you've created and that you've made yourself. And that makes it even more special. Just like when you write your own spells, it becomes more effective. So I feel if you make your own elemental garden and it becomes your sacred space and a place you can cast circles and go through your rituals and stuff, that it'll mean that much more to you and the god and goddess. Excuse the bunny and the dog behind me because they are tearing shit up. Anyways, so we're going to start with this. Gardening elemental, and I'm using my Book of Shadows here to try and get this right. So say you have a backyard, say you don't. You can do this on a porch. It doesn't matter the size, it doesn't matter the space you do it in, but you always want to consecrate it as a sacred space. You can do this one or many times. A lot of times being outside we feel like we don't have to, but I always say better safe than sorry. Because you never know what was there before, negative energies and so on and so forth, We witches like positive things. So, we have, for your first, the east quarter would be air. You wanna incorporate plants with sound and movement. Throw Birdbath in there. If you have one of those cool little fountains, throw that in there. You could put roses, sunflowers, because the color of air is yellow. Well, it isn't yellow, but that's the one that represents it. Tall grasses, monkey grass, pampas grass, anything like that. Anything highly scented with yellow foliage. Lilies, black-eyed Susans, verbena, dahlias. Dahlias are great. They are hardy and they are nearly impossible to kill unless you really water them a lot. And this where it comes back to where I said about building drainage. So all your plants can drain properly, given there is storms or rains or tornadoes like there is around here. You don't want anything to be destroyed by too much water. Okay, so that would be in your east quarter. And like I said, if you just have a back porch, you can get a few pots and just set it up and do it that way. It doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to be yours. The next one we're going to do is fire, which is to the south. This represents our passions, our enthusiasms, and our thought into something that we wish to carry out. You want to choose any flowers or foliage that are red, dark yellow, dark orange, that represent or look like fire flames. Some of those might be red lilies, celosia, fire wings, columbines, Spanish flag, red jade vine, Vines are great for this. There are many different types of vines, and there are also coleus that are red that you could use as a border. That would be relatively effective. Sorry, the bunny and the dog keep distracting me. Anyway, and that would be to your south. And you can even do the vines in pots. Like I said, you do not need a yard to make an elemental garden. You could do this in your house. There are some plants that will grow just fine in your home, and you could set this up if you have an extra space or on your back porch, like I said. The next is water. This represents our emotions, and it goes towards the west. You basically want any type of plant that flourishes in wet conditions, your succulents and things like that. A lot of times they are really, really inexpensive and easy to get a hold of and really easy to take care of. And a lot of the succulents you can actually break off, put in water, and they will root, so you could, continue your gardening. Some more as far as the, blue, since that's represented there. Salvia, lavender, blue petunias, blue daisies, bluebells, creeping phlox, hydrangeas. You could throw shells in there. You could throw anything, as far as that goes in there. A bird bath here too would be great. The bird bath in the air area will bring in birds, and things like that of flight. And then the water area here will just, be water. So the next one would be earth, and it is at the north and is the physical realm of all. Green, brown, rocks, this is a good place to have a rock garden. You could use nightshade, monkshood, wormwood, trees, shrubs, hostas, coleus, mosses, the hen and chicks. You literally cannot kill those. So if you wanted to just do a rock garden with hen and chicks and like a few herbs that you could use like the wormwood, that would be perfect. There are some small shrubs like it's called a Princess Spirea that you could use. You could also do a hibiscus tree, and they come in many colors. However, they are expensive unless you want to take the initiative to make your own, which is a whole nother story. Let's see. Next we have spirit, and this is my favorite. It represents the god and goddess and the essence of ourself. This would be at the center of your circle. Okay, and in this center of your circle, you can do anything from night blooming flowers, violet, electric blue, deep black. Some white flowers would be white mums, iberis, white roses, goat spirit, artemisia. Some blue and such type plants would be your lavender, rosemary, jasmine. Honeysuckle is yellow, however, it comes in white as well, so you could use it like that. Black, we have bugbane, lily of the Nile, black hollyhock, Dracula orchids, and black mondo grass. Black mondo grass is amazing to have as a centerpiece. It gets really big and it's beautiful, and it really just is aesthetically pleasing because it is literally so beautiful. You could have the night blooming flowers, evening primrose, night bloom water lilies, the nymphea, red flare, moonflowers, night gladiolas, a Casablanca lily, Nottingham catchfly, the 4 o'clocks, they're little blue flowers, dragon flute flowers, Brahma, Kamal, and a pipe cactus. This is just a start for you, like in a way for you to get started with it. You can always add herbs to all of these things. Whenever you go and you start planting your elemental garden, you can fill spaces like, with sage, because sage is green, relating to earth. Throw some sage in there. You could put your, sweet basil or sacred basil over in your earth one because it's a dark color. You could put your chamomile, for example, with air because it's yellow. You can make it your own space. But I suggest adding some sort of element. Like in your fire area, you could always have a center of it, or on the outside even, or put tiki torches, something, whenever you go to cast your circle, so you have that element actually present. As far as that goes, that should really give you a base on how to build an outside circle. And the great thing about having an outside circle is, you could, walk around and, cleanse your space, but it's nature, it's already cleansed. So, take this, kind of build off of it, make it your own, and make it pleasing to what it is that you exactly need. If you have any questions, you can always ask me. I literally know too much about flowers. I'm full of what other people call useless information, but I find it quite helpful in my spiritual walk. So I hope this did help you, and I look forward to sharing more things from my Book of Shadows and from books that I love so dearly to help you grow, learn, and inspire you to learn on your own, because that's important. That shows the initiative to the God and Goddess that, our walk is true, and that we truly, truly need them to be within us and around us. So I hope this helped you, and we will speak soon. Blessed be, brothers and sisters.